Hello everyone, it's your boy TerraGalaxy1 here, and today it's quite late, this video, but it is my top 10 of Transformers of 2025, and we're like very far into 2026 as of this upload and recording, but I could barely find enough time. I mean, with the previous video, I had to record with other people still in the house, because I usually film when I'm home alone, because I do not live by myself. So let's not dilly-dally get right into it. First up, the honourable mentions. Now, they don't have a specific place, but they're just all here at once. So, as you've probably seen, some of this is as you may have seen in the everything I got in 2025 video, I do have the Blockies figures. So here is Labramlock, who was my first one, which I was quite happy about. I've had a realization. This. Focus, please. Thank you. This is a thing that will be useful for Captain Rex Productions. This is, I'm pretty sure, is the spare foot connection. They all take different connections, but I'm pretty sure that the head and the feet, I'll show it off and I'll get this one here. Don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's the same connection. This one here was my most recent one, being the Shoctagon from the Defender. No, Defender's the tiny one. I didn't grab the tiny one. And it's quite tricky to get them back onto the stand without them just straight up coming off. In terms of the Blockies, my favourite one does have to go to the Defender Starscream, which I'll grab. And probably gonna not focus again. This here is the Defender Starscream, which is an October Grimlock, which is quite small compared to the Galaxy version. That's the name. And the only reason he is my favourite Blockies is because look at him. He's small and adorable. Next here is this thing. This is a one-step changer thing from Transformers 1. And it is of D16, aka Megatron. And basically, it's just a simple flip up the T-cock thing, push it, and it flips automatically. And boom, it says tank. And you just take this, bend that, and Pop it back, and voila. Very lovely fidget toy. I'm constantly just going like this. Just constantly pressing the button. Very fun. I dropped them. Fun. Now let's move the blockies out of the way for the technically true honourable mentions of this list. So here we have Studio Series 86 Scrapper, 86 Mixmaster, 86 Scavenger. Now these three are obviously the Constructicons, which do form Devastator. I am on the hunt for Bone Crusher and Hook and Longhaul, but they are so hard to find. I'm severely struggling. Here is the gun. Between all three, Scrapper's the best. Then it's basically in order from best to worst. I actually had to, on Scavenger here, put nail glue here because it got so loose. And it has tightened like by quite a lot. And that's the honorable mentions done. Now on to number 10. Okay, and now here we have number 10 being Legacy United Shard. And as for my lighting, I resorted to using a different device with just a white screen as a sort of makeshift flash. Because my battery is low, my flash cannot work. Which I think is very stupid. Anyway, about Shard. Shard is one of the new well, not the newest, newest, because Age of Primes hasn't done any of the take apart ones. I sound very unwell. Well, I'm just recovering, so that probably sounds accurate then. Anyway, Shard is one of the armorizers, and it's basically just reimagined Rock Lords. And I have 3 of them. I've got Magnius and Nucleus. So I just need the 2 motorbike ones and Calcitron, and then I have them all. The only unique mold in its size class, Deluxe. Let's get right up. Let's get a good look at that. The head sculpt is very nice. I don't go into too much detail because I kind of want to save it for reviews, but it's very fun. And obviously, being an armorizer, it can obviously come apart and go into other figures, which I enjoy because I'm quite creative. I've made quite a few things. Anywho, on to number 9. Okay, and here's number 9. Number 9 is the Revenge of the Fallen Human Alliance line. Bumblebee. I got this up at the... It was like basically a market. Like, they had all sorts of, like, mostly just vintage stuff, and there's one that had Transformers there. And I had noticed the Bumblebee, and I was like, "You're coming home with me. You're mine." As this is quite an old figure, so it has some stability issues. It cannot stand up on its own. At least I don't. Oh. I can see it going back. No, no, we're good. Apparently we're good. So yeah, he did come with his Sam figure, but he absolutely disintegrated. It's currently sitting in the pocket of my bag. There he goes. That was probably hilarious for you to watch. And I'm just gonna use this as a way to go to number 8. Alright, and next up we have number 8, which has been Legacy Cosmos. I have the United copy, basically the reissue, because it was originally part of the Legacy Velocitron collection, and that one was super hard, rare to find, so Hasbro reissued it in Legacy United, which I bought. Jesus Christ, my voice is going. My voice is just going wee woo wee woo. Drink. Noises to try and clear my throat. Although I'm pretty sure it did not work. Anyway, I picked them up just because he was slightly cheaper. And the only reason I didn't really pick them up is, like, I didn't really watch all of G1 yet, and then I got to this episode he's in, like, the main character of, and I'm like, I like this guy. And then I seen him, I was like, yeah, why not? I said to myself something way different, but that's not really something I should say on YouTube. I mean, yes, I can say fuck, but yeah. I don't really do that much of the language stuff. And then you got really cool people like Jacksepticeye going blah 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 blah. Obviously, that was not how he sounds. But I don't really do a good impression, so no thanks. Anyway, Cosmos. Yeah, getting a bit sidetracked. Cosmos. Very fun. Now on to 7. And here we have number 7. And you may be thinking, what in the heck? Now, this is kind of a 3-in-1 type deal. So, we have Kingdom Rachni, Generation Selects Kingdom Transmutate, and also Generation selects Trionicus. All three of them are indeed fossilizers, which was the take apart, rebuild back together deal for the Kingdom line. Siege, Earthrise, and Kingdom each had their own version of it. Kingdom had the fossilizers, which I want all of, just because you can make some crazy things. Only a few off here and now, but for now, these three. And with Trionicus, so this orange, yellow, and black one, so all those parts, he came with blast effects, which is so very amazing, because it finally allows me to do this on my Transformers. So, whoop-ow. Blast effects, very enjoyable. Can't really put them on those guys anywhere, so I just leave them be until I redo my room. Which, yes, is getting moved around. So these guys will be getting put into boxes. Not for long, but just for a little bit. Anyway, now to move on to 6. And here we have number 6. My short-term memory is not that very good. And also, I probably should say this now, even though I should have said that at the start. Apologies, like, if my voice doesn't sound as clear. I'm kind of recording this on my floor, so, like, my mic will be going, like, I'll sound so far away, but then up really close, sound super loud. It will be like that for a while. So yeah, here we have a collaborative figure, the only one on here. I know last year I got quite a few of the collabs. Pretty sure I got every single one that came out in 2025. I mean 2024. I'm very happy about this one though, because it is Back to the Future 40th anniversary Gigawatt. Now, I did try on getting the 35th anniversary edition, because that was the only one made, and I'd found one for a little bit over retail, and I ordered it. It got lost during shipping. I did get my money back, which, good. But I was really bummed out about the figure. And then I went to Comic-Con, seen him sitting at one of the stalls. I was like, purchase now. Immediate purchase. Also, yes, I did put blast effects now on them. just to like show off. I'm gonna take that one off. The other one can stay. So yeah, this is a reuse of the Sideswipe mode, the utter famous one that will probably be used for years and years until a new one gets made. The going doors, they don't click into place where they stay, but so if you're holding them, they will just kind of collapse in. So we need to be careful on that. But yeah, super happy with this one. Good articulation, good transformation, and great alt mode. I have made one modification to mine. I recently bought the new 2026 Lego DeLorean. And let me just slightly transform this here. And as you can see, focus. Thank you. I ordered a second sticker sheet off of Bricklink and put it on the front. As you can see, it makes the car look better now that it has its licensing, even though it's an unlicensed figure, which I find weird, but then again, I'm pretty sure DMC is like completely bankrupt and broke, so understandable why. He does like to stand like basically doing Michael Jackson with his legs straight. He leans forward quite a bit. So I just sort of go back a bit so it's kind of upright. So yeah, great figures, just the other ones on the list are more personal favourites and I just like better. Anywho, on to 5. For this one, I have, for some reason, instead of just pausing the video, I've just decided to just grab and bring it down. So for number 5, we have Age of the Primes Heatwave. Now, last year's top 10, which was also late, I had Chase as my number 1, and I don't know if any of my viewers have been consistent, but if anyone has, then probably assumed that this would be my number 1, but nope, I have others that are better. So Heatwave, another remode, this time it's the Legacy Bulkhead one, and when I first seen pictures of it, and when it had leaked that it was gonna be the Bulkhead mode, I was originally fine with it. Having him in hand, he's great, but there's a but. Some parts of the Bulkhead mode just do not work for Heatwave. The main and only example being these gas canister things. Now I'm pretty sure that these were not on the actual fire truck mode, but then again, the rescue seemed to be going with a sort of G1ification, like what most of Legacy done to Prime characters, i.e. Bulkhead. And the same sort of got done with Chase, but that mold was really made for Cliffjumper for Prime. So a lot of times a mold will get made for a character, but they make someone else with it first to see how people would like the mold. That's just Hasbro's thinking. One thing I really hope for is Boulder gets his own mold. Blade, I would be happy with maybe a potential Shard retool, or might be a hot take, Age of the Primes Vortex retool. Although there's a slight chance that it might be its own mode. That would be also good. So that is number 5, and on to 4. Okay, so the sizes are a bit very inconsistent with like my rankings, but here we have my first Age of the Primes figure, Wasp. I know it says Fugitive Waspinator, but I'm calling him Wasp. That's what he was called in the show, being Transformers animated. So that is what I am going to call him. He is a repaint of the Legacy animated Bumblebee, just with a different head. And can you focus, please, camera? Okay, the zoom doesn't even work. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna have to hold him. What is with my camera? Nah. Not sure if it's the lighting or anything that makes it seem off. I don't know. Anyway, I did not expect to like this as much as I did, but when I seen that, I was like, oh, you look cool. He was the reason why I had started watching animated. I have now finished it, and still was bummed as the rest of the Transformers fandom that did not get a season 4. It probably would have been so good. Anyway, yeah, Wasp was just very fun. It does come with accessories, but accessories are all away. Everyone's accessories are all away, except obviously my new ones. I'm not like most creators who just basically focus on the toys. I do my own thing. Not sure if that is good or bad, but I'm hoping it works well for at least some of you. Also, you're very glossy. So cool. Also, purple. That is a common theme in my collection. I have a lot of purple Transformers, or ones with purple in them. The Constructicons, mostly Decepticons. I don't think Autobots can wear purple. Anywho, that has been my number 4, and on to 3. See what I mean about size and consistency? So yeah, here we have the big boy of 2024, the Commander Class Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, aka the best Optimus based on the 80s cartoon that we are gonna get for a good while, along with its many upcoming repaints that are definitely happening. Like, there's gonna be the grey one, there's gonna be Nemesis, all sorts of repaints. I may buy one. Maybe. I do not know. Anyway, this Optimus. I'd watched plenty of videos on him. I was like, I need this. And now I have him. Very great, very posable. Absolute amazing figure. Transformation. Complex but fun. Definitely can do back and forth, if you're patient enough. Apologies about that, my recording thing went slightly past this limit, so that shows that I do way too many long videos, because it's not the first time this has happened. That's gonna be like 40 minutes. Because I've still got 2 more figures to talk about. I don't understand how people just do 18 minutes to talk about 10 figures. And with little bits in between. No clue. Well, granted, yes, they read from script and that allows them to talk very fast, but I do not use any scripts. I just sit and let my mouth blab. Hence why there are a lot of long gaps in between said blabbing. Also, there's a lot of clicking. I fidget with my hands a lot while recording these, so there's a lot of finger clicking. Anywho, back to Optimus. I already said good transformation, good posability. He's just overall a very good figure. My first Commander Class. My next one will be that Hook and Long Haul, because I need to complete Devastator, even if I have to pay like stupid amount for it. I will do it. I just realized I have them. But I had those parts sticking out. He is excelente. Is the Matrix even in? Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is. Matrix is done very nice. So is the chamber itself. Boop. Anywho, that is gonna go on to number 2. Yes, I'm just pulling down just because I can't be bothered pressing pause or anything. Now for Mr. Lusney's. Yeah, brand new figure, Lusney's. The counterpart to Optimus, Monsieur Megatron, who a certain human did purchase for me, which I absolutely love. And yeah, he's very loose knees because bonk. Yeah. Apart from the knees, he is basically just like Optimus. Very good figure. Complex but fun transformation. The alt mode looks fine. Yes, it's not a gun, but stupid laws. Like, could they not have just done this part orange? Like, that would have worked. But one thing I find absolutely awful is the sheer amount of depth that this blaster hit effect hole is in. Because let me just get the blue. Yes, it fits in like that. Let's see if I can get any others in now. Barely. Not at all. Also not at all. Nope. There is not a lot of blast effects that are really compatible with this. I mean, that just looks attached to it. The only ones that really work are those long blue ones that are bent so easily. And I suppose this tiny one, but again, it looks so pathetic. Yes, I know we can just take it off, put that in, and boom, does that. Those blast effects drip. Okay, it doesn't drip as much with the big thing. Yeah. I'm sort of not purposely dragging this out. I don't know why I'm dragging it out. I take too long recording stuff because I just... Yeah. Yeah. Boom, pose. Let's bring back Mr. Hero. Thumbs up. Those two look so great together. Yes, I know Optimus is not in any pose, but perfect. And now finally on to number 1. And here is my number one figure of 2025. I purchased this for absolutely cheaper than it costs normally. Like, try like 90% off of its current retail, not retail, current aftermarket value. Retail, well, I assume this was like a £60 figure. Because this is true leader class. If we just bring back Megatron. Hold on, I'll make him stand up straight. Current modern leader, 2009 leader. He'd be huge. He barely even fits into my frame. That's because I don't use any fancy camera, I just use my phone. So yeah. And Gigawatt fell. Yeah, this lighting situation, it's good, but it's nah. Anyway, Megatron, away you go. On the floor with you. Anyway, that's Optimus. Oh boy. Now, a good few years back, on my Transformers collection video, not sure if anyone watching this has watched that video, but I did have this same figure, except I'll show you real quick, except it looked like this. The feet were missing and the chest were missing. My first copy of this figure, but then dirt cheap. I found the same figure. The electronics no longer work. That's why it was so cheap. But at least I have the feet. So let's just put them back on. He can now stand. Yeah, I'm gonna just do that self camera. Okay, there we go, all fixed. Another thing I like about it, I can have the eyebrows. So I can do the confused when in shock. But oh boy, that conversion to truck mode. Yeesh. Let me just go sit with a bit. He's not turned on and the electronics do not work, but every time you lift this up, it would say, I am Optimus Prime. And obviously in some impersonator's voice. But this also makes a good fidget. Not sure how well you can hear my voice because of the mech tech. Yeah. And basically that's it. That is my top 10 figures of 2025. Hope you enjoyed watching this 40-minute long ass video. and I shall see you in the next long video I do. Maybe. That might be a review. I don't know. Maybe a review of one of these figures. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Right. Adios.